Tuesday. From Orchard Park, New York, it's the AFC Divisional Round playoffs on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second and a couple, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered. Up comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And they'll begin by running the option. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Take it at the 37. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck Roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this, in Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Throwing on 2nd and 3, Allen. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Davis with it left side. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Allen going to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. And here's Allen to run with it. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown pass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A first down throw from Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they take him down. The Bills get to it. Gregory Rousseau gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And here's Joseph Charlton now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Jadeveon Clowney, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Allen off the play fake, being chased out left. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round weekend. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now we'll throw here to his running back.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Mayfield. Taken in by Switzer on the left side. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Mayfield. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Knox with a nice catch. And he's brought down. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this Divisional Round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC Divisional Round game. And it is the Kansas City Chiefs who will fight another week as they were able to take care of the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They run with Breida, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, 34 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Mayfield on play action. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play fake. Mayfield. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. From the 30 on second down. Allen, and the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And once again, this is Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now a give to Breida. And some room to work. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
They run it again with Janovich, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing. Mayfield. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. An injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete there to Conley. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Chris Conley, 53 yards. And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And sometimes those slants they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down at 4. On the handoff, this is Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bills on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Greg Newsome up to make the stop. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Singletary again. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
To throw, it's Allen. On the slant, he's got Sanders. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bills are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones. 43 yards. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. On first down, here's Breida. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run again with Breida. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Allen. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. The Bills are moving on as we say so long, everybody. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.